Hey everybody, this is the start of the vlog for the Spring 2025 retreat. As you hear, there's a dog in the background. That is the neighbor's dog. It will continue to bark as long as I'm out here. So I'm getting ready. I just got to put these jacks up, put that little fence inside the camper, check the air in my tires, and here's inside in travel mode. I can actually see through the camper to the back when I'm driving. I put the table here because I'll try not to move too fast. It actually hooks on there, but I don't like it bouncing around on the highway. So everything is piled in here, ready for travel. Clean sheets on the bed. All the decorations are safely on the bed and off the walls. Got some food in the fridge. And it's time to get rocking and rolling. See you in a bit. Hi everybody, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Doreen and my business name is Privies and Prims Needlecrafts. On Facebook, I am Privies and Prims, so if you look that up and click on that little follow button, you'll be able to see what I post every day in between videos. So today is a recap of the cross stitch retreat that I hosted this past weekend called Campin and Stitchin cross stitch retreat. It is in Waynesville, North Carolina, and I host one every March and September. And I'm happy to say the September one is already sold out. I will have a waiting list. You would have to email me to be on the waiting list. And the email address is priviesandprims@yahoo.com. And at the end of this video, there's a picture of my business card and it has the email address on there. So in case you don't know how to spell it or whatever. I tried to do this video before I was even leaving the house. I decided to try to do it as a vlog style. If you've ever watched, I think it's Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, when she goes to needlework market, she does a vlog style, and I thought that would be fun. I really liked the way she did that, so I was going to try to do it. Well, the problem is you have to remember to film, and sometimes I remembered and sometimes I didn't. So this video is going to be a little bit of here and there and everywhere, but I did remember to film sometimes, so you will see those clips. Hey guys, I know it's really noisy because I'm on a main road, but I want to show you, this is my first stop. It's a fabric store and I just found out about it recently. It is just over a mile from Sassy Jack's Stitchery. It's called Dreaming of the Sea. And they are on Facebook and they have a website. And this week the sale is anything green is 20% off. So they have a different sale every week. You can sign up for their email list. And if you're like me, I want to come every week now. All right, I'm going in to pick up my fabric. The retreat was a success. The first night I got there was at least 10 ladies that came a day early like I did, and they were there ready and willing to help set up, so it didn't take us long. We got all that set up, hung out for a little while, and then we went to dinner, and I forgot to film all that, like the restaurants and get our picture taken as a group and all that stuff. Completely forgot. I was not feeling well that night. Around dinner time that night, I got really, really dizzy, and I looked up the side effects of prednisone, the steroid I was on, and that was one of them, the dizziness and headaches, which I had both. So I did not take, that was the third day on the steroids, and I did not take them anymore, and I didn't have the dizziness anymore. So if you ever take prednisone and have dizziness, that's what it's from. I'm still a little tired, and then I woke up this morning with a head cold. I tested negative for COVID. Someone else said that they had a fever yesterday. They also tested negative for COVID. So that's really good, because the last retreat we had 13 people with COVID. So I have an enormous amount of fabric to show you that I, what do they call it? Stash enhancement. Over that weekend, I went to, I think, 3 different fabric stores. So lots of fabrics for project bags. The project bags that I took as door prizes all got taken, which made me feel good. They were one of the earliest things to go, because I said that if nobody took them, I'd feel really bad, like nobody liked my project bags, but they were all taken. And some of them got the one that they were hoping to get, so I'm real happy about that. So I've got one whip to show you, and this is what I took to work on at the retreat. I took a couple other things, but did not work on them. So this is O Tannenbaum, and you've seen it before on my channel. It's by Brenda Gervais, and I am working on the Santa. And as I said in a previous video, I had it ready for just fill in, and I got very little done. I started down here and I worked, I think, up to about here. This part I did at home the next day. I think I got up to there and I filled in the hat. That is the only stitching I got done the entire time. 3 days. So actually the first day we were there in the building from 12 to 8, and I didn't get a single stitch done. It was just busy, busy, busy. It actually felt like a work weekend for me. So I'm restructuring a little bit for the next one, and going to try to make it a little bit more simplified, because my original plan for these retreats was to just keep it simple, no frills. And then it seemed like I would add stuff in, and then it just became a little more work. And this time my helper Lois was not with me, but I thank every single person that was there that helped me. There were a lot of people, and they were ready and willing to help and step in. And Kathy did bingo for me. Thank you, Kathy. I know you loved it. I know. But we won't be doing bingo anymore. It's very time consuming. So we did a vote at the retreat, and more people wanted to keep the door prize instead of the bingo, because one of them had to go. So the itinerary for the next one will come out later on in the year. I do have a special thing in the works that someone has offered to do for the September retreat, and that will be a special activity for y'all that I will not have to run, but this other person is going to. And I think you'll enjoy that, but I don't want to get into that this early on. And then I have big news that I will tell you toward the end of the video. And I do have some pictures, and some of them were taken by other people at the retreat, and they offered to share them with me. And some of them I may have just stole from their Facebook page. I'm not sure, but I'm sure they'll forgive me. Anyway, I have this bag full of stuff that I got at the retreat, and I want to show you all that. I have 2 piles of fabric. I have, in that bag is a lot of gifts. I was given a lot of hostess gifts. Thank you, each and every one of you. Sometimes they gave it to me and I was super busy, and I just said thank you, and then I had to open it later, but everything is super nice, and I really appreciate all that. And it's definitely not necessary, but it is appreciated. So I'm going to show little clips here and there, and I'm just going to kind of cut in and piece it together, so it may make sense and it may not. So here we go. Okay, I have parked the camper, and now we are here at Sister's Quilt Store, and it is in the woods, residential area, really nice back here. It says welcome to the she shed, so we are going in here. This is day one of the retreat, and we are getting ready to do the meet and greet. So some people may be still out shopping, but I think we're going to get started. And we do have some vendors, so I'll show you those before we get started with the meet and greet. These are thread cabinets. She did have threads in one of them. She may have sold that one, but here are some things that she's selling. This is a sample, what you can do with it, with the toweling that she's selling. And then she's selling these metal things here, other stuff. This is the freebie table here. All that stuff is free. So up here is a returning vendor. This is Terry Powers. And here is her business card. She's got project bags. I know she has sold a lot already. These huge tomato pincushions. Those are $30. So contact her if you're interested in this. These bags, that one is $20. Here's some Teresa Kogut fabric. This one is Teresa Kogut. This one you can put your name tag in there for when you go to retreats, and then you can put your keys in here. There's some more project bags. See, those are $30. And that's the backing. This, I'm not sure what those are called, but I've seen people using them. And that is $50. And then she's got some with sock monkeys on it. On them, I should say. So this one is $30. It's a quilted one, Teresa Kogut fabric. It is $35. Back here, she's got some of these large ones. That is $80 with the vintage children fabric. So look her up if you're interested in any of that. And I'll take you around and show you some other stuff we have here. This is the brag table, which isn't really a table, but these are things that I made right here. I tried to bring things that were different type of finishes just to give ideas. This is Kathy Gainey, Prairie Schooler. These right here are all done by Kathy Gainey. She is on Instagram. It's CATHI. So that's Lori Rippey, Shakespeare's Peddler, Lori Rippey. Oh, I should go back and say, I think Country Rustic Primitives I wrote on. It's either Country Rustic Primitives or Primitive Stitchin on Etsy. I think it's Country Rustic. That is Brenda Gervais. That is Brenda Gervais. And that is Not Forgotten Farm. Excuse me. And then down here, this is Bent Creek, stitched by Dottie Crisp. Dottie Crisp is the Stitching Scotty. I think that's the name. She has a YouTube channel, Flosstube. Stitching Scotty. That's Prairie Schooler. That's Primrose Cottage. I like the way she's finished that one. So if you have a frame that's bigger than your finish, you can do it like that. That is by Wanda Burgess, and that is Lori Holt's pattern. This is, of course, Stacy Nash pattern, stitched by Eva Jobin. I love that little display. And this is Scattered Seed Samplers, also stitched by Eva. Well, let me see. This is a shaker box. And then over here we have some things for sale. This is Bestie Barn Creations. Here's her information. She's got linen, all kinds of fabrics here. And she just got back from market, so she's got the new releases. And that's all the freebies right there. And here's some stitching going on. It's day 2. It's going to be a little shaky here because I'm walking. I just got out of the shower. It is, I guess, just after 8 in the morning. There is the creek, and there are guys working in that all day long because of the hurricane damage. They're cleaning up down there. It used to all be grass, and now it's all rock. And look here, it's March. It's the middle of March, and that's what happened last night. We got snow. So here's my little camper. Did not get a chance to wash it because I was sick. And here's the rest of the campground. And we always say, you know, if you don't have a camper, there are rentals. There's one of them. That's actually a pet-friendly rental. That's the office. Laundry room upstairs where the steps go. That's another rental. Some of the girls are in there. Right here is a cafe. It's not open in March. They either open in April or May. So if you come to the September retreat, you can eat in there. And then more snow. We're in Waynesville, North Carolina, not too far from Asheville. That's some of the camper sites. They're all pull-throughs. So it is time to go out to breakfast. See you later. Just went to start the car up, which it is running. But look at this. So I don't have a scraper with me. I'm going to have to let that defrost before we go to breakfast. Okay, so now I want to show you, well, let me show you the fabric first. I had a huge fabric haul. My sister at the same time sent me a box. She lives in Pennsylvania and she makes aprons, and I will post a link here or down below to her Etsy shop, or she doesn't have an Etsy shop, sorry, to her Facebook page. I have to see if it's public. And if it's not, I'll see if she can make the apron post public, but she makes aprons. So this fabric that she had, someone had given her a box of solids and she doesn't use solids. And then there are 3 prints or 4 prints here, and she said they weren't big enough for what she does. So some of them I was able to match with the solids. So this is one of them. And that yellow is kind of an orangey yellow, and it matches the inside of the flowers. So these will be used for project bags. And if you see anything you want, please email me and say I'd like a project bag made out of that. The project bags will be, most of them will be 10 by 13, and they will be $25. And then if you want a notions bag with it, they are $35. So that would have the notions bag, the thread bed, and the project bag. And the notions bags are 6 by 8, and they all have vinyl fronts. So this is another one. You know, this is out of my wheelhouse, all those bright colors, but I know somebody's going to love it. And then this one, which is really pretty, the butterflies. So these solids were in the box that she sent me. So it was good. I already have those. That one. I like this one. It's real soft. Okay, and then this is the rest of the pile here. So that's all the solids that she sent me. That will help out with a lot of project bags. And these will be on the inside, which you don't see when all your stuff is in there. like this is actually what the project bags will look like. And as you can see, when you put your stuff in there, you don't even see what's behind it. So the main fabric will be, this is Teresa Kogut fabric. And then up here above the zipper. So let's show you the other fabrics that I got. If you're not interested in the fabrics, you can fast forward a little bit and get to all the goodies that I got at the retreat. I'm trying to reach across the couch here. Hold on. Okay. My foot just, my feet pushed the rug and moved the camera, but I think we're still good. Okay, as hostess gift, 2 ladies got together and gave me some things, and this is part of it. The bee fabric, and the yellow has little tiny white specks on it. It's kind of hard to see. And then these 2, which go together. And doggy footprints and bones with polka dots to go on the inside. So thank you, ladies. You know who you are. I don't really want to say names because I didn't ask, permission. Now there is a store, and it's in one of the little videos here, and I have still shots and like just showing you the outside, but I'm going to show you what I got in that store. So that store is called Sisters Quilts, and it's in Antler Valley, and it's on a little side road back in a residential area, and it's in a building next to the lady's house. And if you go there, make sure you call ahead, because on Facebook it says they're open from 10 to 4, and they are temporarily only open till 2, because the owner is not doing well, and her sister and her daughter are helping out with the store. And so always call ahead before you make a special trip. I mean, we were 10 minutes away, but the first day we went, it was after 2 and they were closed. So the next morning we called right at 10 o'clock and they were open, and we went over. So she has all Moda. I think the whole store is Moda. And it's a small, it's like just an outbuilding, like a metal building. And then I think it's metal. Anyway, you'll see it in the picture. Everything was like $10 a yard. And then in the back of the store, she had a clearance section, and everything was $5 a yard. So, like I had to buy more fabric, even though I have so much already. I had to get more. So I'm going to show you what I got for $5 a yard. This is one. And this is how they folded them and put them up on the counter, which I thought was really neat. They were like this. So I'm going to pull back and show you this way. That's another one. And I like my dark muted colors, and I love this one. This is probably going to be a project bag for me. Not sure how my lighting's doing here. And then this one. And that one. So that is the one pile. I got a yard of each of those. So I should be able to get 5 or 6 project bags out of each one of those. And then I got this grouping here. That is the one. Love those colors. Again, if you're interested in something, let me know. You want a bag made out of that fabric. Just try to describe it the best you can. These 2 I thought coordinated well, even though I don't think they were from the same line, but I think that the colors go well together. So this one would be for the inside of the bag. And then this one, because my mom says, you don't have any red, gotta get red. So that's a nice fall one. This pretty it's kind of cottagey, shabby chic kind of one. And yeah, this is the last one. That one there. So those are the fabrics that I got for $5 a yard. And then These two were $10 a yard, and I got these as coordinating for those that love purple, and I love the olive green. And I'm not sure if these were the same designer or not. I know some quilters are out there, and they told me they like to know the names. It is Moda. I can see that. But the name is not on there that I can see. Or maybe, okay. The green one is Jan, Patek Quilts. That's this one. And they are Moda. And then the, I was trying to find the other, okay, here it is. Yeah, same one. Iris and Ivy by Jan Patek, Patek Quilts. Excuse me. Those are really pretty. So this fabric is like $13 a yard in another store. But in that store it was $10. And then this one is coordinating for this, which I think is so pretty. So if you remember before, I had this fabric, but it was the aqua background and the roofs were red. So it's from the same line. And those would go really good together. Let me see. There. And they are My Summer House by Bunny Hill Designs for Moda. All right, then I went to another store that was called Antler Valley, which is also in Maggie Valley. It's on the main road going through. It's very, very tiny. She had this fabric I got, which is Lewis and Irene Threaded with Love, and it's called Cranbourne Chase D. And I don't know what company it is, but I think this is gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful for fall? You get close up. And then for the inside, which I only got a half a yard, and then later I did the math and realized I don't think the half yard is going to be enough for all the bags, but so I'll have to use something coordinating. But that's the inside fabric that I got. And if you are a quilter and want the information, there it is. Okay, I thought that was so pretty. And I think that was $13 a yard. And then this other one was probably the most expensive fabric I ever bought. And it's $15 a yard, but I just had to have it. Is that not gorgeous? And this is the coordinating right there. So it's a dark, this looks brighter red on the camera, but it's actually the same dark red that's on here. And they were in the store called Antler Valley. And she does have a dog in the store. So it's, if you don't like dogs, just heads up that there is one there. This is the information. Let me see. It's called Barn Quilts, and they do have it with a blue background, which I typically would have gotten the blue, except I can't remember. And like my mom's like, you don't have any red. So I was trying to get a little bit of different stuff because it's not for me, it's for you. And I want to have something for everybody. Now, there's another store that I talked about recently that is called, it's right down the road from Sassy Jack's. It's on the same side of the road, same side of the road. It's 1.2 miles from Sassy Jack's, and it's called Dreaming of the Sea Fabrics. And you can look them up online. They have a website. And I'm probably going to get in trouble there because they have a sale every week. So if you sign up for their email list, yeah, you're going to see all the sales. So on the, and then I can do local pickup. It's 35 minutes away. And then I don't have to pay shipping. So yeah, I probably will be in trouble. But they have the National Day of Quilting was a couple weeks ago, and everything in the store was 20% off. And that's online and in the store. And my sister had said, because she makes the apron, she said bees and sunflowers are very popular. So I bought this for sunflowers because I thought it was kind of primitive looking. And that is, here's the information on that one. Floribunda. And sunflower power. Every leaf, this is what's written on the selvage. Every leaf speaks bliss to me, fluttering from the autumn tree. And it's Emily Bronte, Bronte, designs for Moda. So that is Moda. So that was whatever her price was, and then it was 20% off. And then if it's on sale, you still get the 20% off on top of that, which here's an example. So this was an end of bolt half yard. Would not have typically bought Christmas, but it was an end of bolt half yard, and then it was 20% off because all last week everything green was 20% off because of St. Patrick's Day. So when I went in to pick up my order, I saw this, and of course had to get it. So it was $4 a yard. It was a half yard. It was $4 for the half yard because it was the end of bolt, and then it was 20% off. So yeah, you could easily get in trouble in that store. This one, these are the green things that I got with the cute sheep. It says "Ba" on it, and that is Michael Miller Fabrics. And it says hashtag making it fun, but that is Michael Miller. This one, more green with the cute little campers. And that is, I apologize for those that aren't interested in all this. You can skim forward. That is called Road Trippin' Wyndham Fabrics. Road Trippin' by Terry, Terri. I don't even know how to say her name, but there it is. That one. And I just got a yard of that. And then these were just kind of for inside of bags. And again, the green sale, that's got snowflakes on it. This one was in the Christmas stuff, but I don't think it's Christmas at all. That could be any time of year. It's just got stars on it. And then this one. And if you need details on any of these, that one's right there. Just let me know, and I can look back over them for you. That's my fabric haul. So I've got 2 piles like this. And now the problem I have is where am I going to put them? Because, 400 square feet down here without counting the loft. And I need them where I can get to them, so I don't want to go up to the loft. So I think there's a cabinet up in the loft I'm going to bring down into the bedroom. And the 2 little dressers that are in the bedroom, I think I'm going to put one on top of each other because they're only like 27, 28 inches high. So I can still get in the top drawer. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because now that I am collecting all this fabric, I need more storage. So I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to show you from the retreat all of the goodies I got. So these, some of these are hostess gifts. Some of them were given like to everybody there. And some of them I got like door prizes and things like that. So because things were given to me, like a lot of patterns were given to me, and they said, keep what you want and then put the rest out. So that's what I did. So this was a hostess gift. Is that not gorgeous? And the lid comes off. I'm going to turn over the name here. And I started putting, like, I would grab a piece of paper and write the name down and put it with it because I would forget who gives it to me. So, but isn't that beautiful? I don't know if it's old. It kind of looks like it might be an antique, but I thought that would be really nice to put my spools of thread, not my floss, but my spools for the sewing machine, to put them in here instead of the plastic shoebox that they're in. But anyway, I will put something in here because I like things out of sight. I don't like a bunch of junk sitting around. So that will definitely get used. And I'm just going to say thank you ahead of time for all this stuff so I don't have to keep saying thank you. This little adorable thing, look at this. That's punch needle. That, I believe, is a Primitive Betty's pattern because I think I have it. And this is a little paper mache box that she painted. And she did, I'm going to cover her name here, but it says Campin and Stitchin Retreat Spring 2025, made with love by, and then she wrote her name. So that's a good way to put it if it's a gift. And it's like a little Easter basket. Look at that. And it's got Werther's in it. And I thought that was just super adorable. And then we did have two men that were stitching at the retreat, and they met each other at the September retreat, and then they sat together again this time with their wives. And one of them was cross-stitching. And I'm going to insert a picture here of what he was cross-stitching. He is military, and he said that cross-stitching is a great stress reliever for him. So I'm going to insert a picture here. You are going to see it again. It's somewhere in this video. There's going to be like a slideshow of what everybody was stitching on. But I wanted to show you which one he was stitching on. And maybe you can zoom in on it because it's going to be full coverage. And the other man was making leather purses and different accessory things. And he made this for me. So I am going to use this as an eyeglass case in my camper because I have my reading glasses that I leave in there because at night I read on my Kindle, or if I'm doing the computer, I have different glasses that are a different length sight for that. So, and I just throw my glasses in there with all the junk. So this will protect them. And that is from him. Now these were things that I got to look through ahead of time and pick what I wanted. This is Not Forgotten Farm, and it's called Jingle All the Way, and that is still available on her website, on Etsy. And this is Peter and Peep with Thy Needle and Thread. That is super cute. Teresa Kogut, Springtime Bunnies. That's full coverage. 7.5 by 4 inches. That's going to be a lot of stitching. And this one I love. This is also Teresa Kogut. 10.5 by 5.5 on 30 count linen. She seeks wool and flax and works with her hands. I love that one. So whoever donated these, thank you, thank you. This is the Scarlet House Seeking Refuge. And it says, when the world seems to be out of control, I find a way to nurture my soul. Seeking refuge with needle and thread, the angst and anxiety no longer I dread. I'm not sure I'm going to do the whole thing on this. I probably won't do all this because that's a lot of heavy stitching. And the house, I'm not going to do it as brick. I'm just going to do it as solid like a salt box house. I can't even imagine doing all that brick. That's more than I want to do. And the same with this one. It's brick, and I'm just going to do it as a solid color. This is the Weeping Tree sampler. Here my work forever stands, the labor of two busy hands. And I really like that one. I just don't want to do bricks. Okay. Another hostess gift. Got this cute little zipper bag. I got a gift certificate for Sassy Jack Stitchery. I got, and it's just written in here, a gift certificate for Cross Stitch and Crafts. So those are my two LNS. Cross Stitch and Crafts is about an hour away, and Sassy Jack's, and that's in Johnson City. And then Sassy Jack's is just outside of Asheville, and that is 35 minutes away. So in here, there is candy, there is floss, and there is a little zipper pull. The theme was flowers, which you'll see with the Smiles Exchange. Everything was flower. Everything had to have a flower on it. And this, let me see. I can show you better. Well, probably not any better. Let me see. It's hard to see. I don't have anything white because I didn't get my board out. But I'll pick a white spot on here. There. Maybe that works. Really cute. So with all these project bags I'm making for myself, I do need little things like this. Because I like them to match. So that will go on one. This was from someone that was not able to come because her dog had emergency surgery the day before the retreat. So hopefully your dog's doing well. You know who you are. Thank you. This was a hostess gift. Because if you don't know, I have a little cute camper. And this is a project bag, and it's got the patriotic campers on it. And then this is a little like notions bag, but there's the project bag. And this, I don't know who makes these, but if you want to know, contact me and I will find out. She bought this at market, so this is like a little notions bag. And maybe there's a name on it. Let me look. I know who gave it to me. I just don't. I know she bought it at market, so I don't know. I don't see a maker name, so I don't know who made it. But if you're interested, just leave a comment that you want to know who made it, and I will ask the one that gave it to me and find out. Let's see. This little bag was from my friends, the Virginia girls. And also, make sure you go over and watch the Stitching Scotty. Stitching Scotty? Scotty Stitcher? Dottie? Dottie is her name. I think it's the Stitching Scotty. Anyway, she put a video out, I think it was last night or early this morning, and she shows all stuff from the retreat also, and she is showing, I know she showed this, but she showed some things different than what I have, like some pictures and things. But go over there and show her some love and give her a subscribe. And this is, let me see, that cute little frog. Super cute. And then inside is some seeds, flower seeds, which I need to put outside. I've got some others I need to put outside. A little, like thread pull or scissor fob. It says Stitcher. Some little buttons that say handmade with love. And then there's a couple little flower buttons in there. And some stickers and some charms. And I need a ring. So I need to get all these charms after I show you. I wanted to keep them separate until I showed you, but then I need to get them all out and start putting some on my project bags. So, don't want anything to fall out of here. We did have 3 vendors, and this was one of them, and she gave me this little bag, and her name is Terry. And I'm trying to see how I got that card in there. Oh, there it is. So here is her business card. And somewhere in this video, you're going to see this because I showed her table and everything she was selling. But I don't know if it's going to be after or before this segment. But this she gave me, and she makes these. And it's called Stitch Gear. I guess that's her business name. So this can be used as a thread bed, and then it has the zipper with the clear to put your floss in there, and then, or scissors, and then it snaps shut. So let me put her card back in here, because like I said, I will forget who gave me things, and then, oh, okay, so this is like 2 sections here. Okay. There was a lady and her husband that did, I think she said 100. They took floss and made, I forget what it's called. This stuff. They made these like for, I think there were 100 of them, and they gave them out and let you pick the colors. And olive green is something that I use a lot of, so I picked the olive green. I want to say braiding, but I don't think that's what it's called. But it's the trim, and so that's that. And then got a jelly bean bag, and I got some kind of vintagey postcards. And this little container has like a velvet carrot in it, which I need to put out with my spring stuff. Little velvet carrot. It's got some rings in it and some charms and buttons. I don't want to dump it out. I really like this little one, and I know exactly what bag I want to put that on. Can you see that? Wait a minute. Little bird. So I made that project bag with the birds on it, the teal and gray. And I'm going to put it on that. And then in here, the bag is ripping. There's a lot of candy. Candy and the green grass, Easter grass. It's surprising that this candy is still here, but everything's been in a bag until last night, and I didn't get it all out and separate it. This is from the Tar Heel. Oh, here's more of that braiding. The Tar Heel State Stitchers. Lizzie Jo Creates. She goes to my retreats. And this is from her and her sister. And there's candies and a little sewing machine sticker. And they gave these to everybody. And this is, let me pull the name out of here. I have some little waxers, heart-shaped waxers, and there's some stickers. Well, the stickers are on the little package. Oh, the charms, 2025 charms. And then this is a hand cream. It's gardenia, and it smells wonderful. So that is a hand cream that she makes herself. Oh, I want to show you. I left this in here to remind me. I'm going to insert pictures here. These are the little bags I give out, like a little goodie bag when people come. And these had a sticker in them. Everybody gets a sticker each time. And the logo in the middle was done by Robin at Bird and Hand Primitives. And then I always put something around it according to what the theme is. So this time was flowers. The fall retreat will have snowmen. So inside they get a sticker and then a needle minder that I make with like a black bottle cap, and it's got the same logo in the middle. And I made some wool felt flowers for everybody. And you'll see them better on Dottie's video. She showed them really well. I just took a picture before I went so that I would have something to show everybody what I made for the goodie bags. I ended up with 2 of these from the Tar Heel State Stitcher. So lots of candy. And then somebody was donating these to put out on the table, and I picked this. I think it's Primrose Cottage, and it's like an insulated mug. It was brand new. Autumn leaves and stitching, please. So I love that. You probably get that on their Etsy shop for Primrose Cottage. And then I got this bag from someone. Really cute little notions bag, and it's got lots of charms on here. I'm looking in the wrong place. I have to remember to look over here. This was from someone else, and a coffee cup. Again, the theme flowers, and it has the sleeve in here. And I've never seen these, but they are super cute. She crocheted these little flowers for everybody and gave one to everybody. Isn't that super cute? And then a little spoon, and it has a flower on it, like a sunflower. It's like embossed. And then a little flower charm. You can see that one. And I'm going to show you her card because she has a business. She has an Etsy shop, and she was one of our vendors, which you'll see in the video in more detail. But This was Lillian from Bestie Barn Creations, and I don't know if it says Facebook on here, but I don't think she's on Facebook anymore. She kind of went off the social media thing. But it's got her Instagram, and her email is bestiebarncreations@gmail.com. But she is on Etsy shop, Bestie Barn Creations, and that is the QR code for her. She had linen. You're going to see what I got from her when I show that in a minute. She had a lot of stuff. This was from a very good friend of mine. And this pattern she got from the Fall 2024 Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's a Nebby needle pattern. And then inside the box is actually from Hobby Lobby. And they just stained it. So inside has a mirror. And then she put the fabric in the compartments. And she did give me some goodies in there, but I have them in my bedroom. So, and then she put, you cover her name. She put a label on the back, and it says cross stitch top title forever a stitcher. She stitched it in October because we were supposed to have a Christmas retreat last year, and she was going to give me this, but that one was canceled because of the hurricane. And it says gifted to a dear friend, Doreen Brennan, in March 2025. So this, I don't know where she got this label, but it says title, stitched by, date, and special notes. And then designed by Bonnie Woomer, the Nebby Needle. But this is really cool. You can put all kinds of little gadgets in there. This is, let me get this out. This cool. Isn't that cute? With the little pom-pom trim. I think this is so adorable. And it feels like it's crushed walnuts in there. Or sawdust. And then and I think these are from the same person, or I may have just stuck them in the bag. I'm not sure. But these are little zipper pulls. Zipper pulls, scissor fobs, whatever you want to use it for. So let me get something white again. Kind of white. Really should keep my board out. So this one has my logo, and then the other one has a country design. Super cute. Love those. I'm going to have fun matching these all up to the bags I want to put them on. Let me see what else I have in here. This is so adorable. Wait till you see this. You know, I have white papers on the floor. Let me grab them. This is what one of the needle minders looks like. But this is from before. That one is spring 2024, so that's a year old, but it was stuck on my clipboard. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. She made this. I think she said it was 20 count Ada. Look how cute that is. A little camper. And then one of the pins is a camper. There's the top. I mean, I could see myself stitching this, but I would not want to try to put it together. I mean, look how much detail is in that. That is, oops. It's just so cute. And then to go with that, if you're interested in the pattern, let me know. Leave a comment and I will find out for you. With that, they gave me this little, actually it was one of the ladies that her husband was sewing the leather things. That little wreath with, or not wreath, hoop. Trying to get the lighting. It has a little camper on it. And on the back, they wrote spring 2025. And then it's got a magnet. I'm going to cover her personal information. That is a needle minder. Isn't that cute? Now, I was looking at needle minders last night, and I don't know if this is where it's from, but if it's not the same one, it's very similar, but it was Gina's Needle Minders on Etsy, so check that out. And then, some more little pins that have campers and hearts. And then her husband took our logo for the retreat and imprinted it on leather keychains. And he made a whole bunch of these, and we put them out for bingo prizes that they could. And I'm not sure if this is the name of this business, but you can look it up. So thank you for those. Let me get this all together. We are getting toward the end of the bag now, and the sun is changing. It's coming in that stained glass window. So I need to hurry up. Let's see. Okay, someone else gave, it's like a little plastic light bulb. Let me see if I can get it out. Otherwise you won't be able to see it. It says, "So happy to see you here at the retreat. I hope you enjoy this little treat." And these were given out, I think, to everybody. And it has a flower charm, a little camper, and a 2025. And this is to put your orts in. If you want to save your orts until the end of the year, then you can hang this on your tree and you'll see all the colors that you worked with for the year. I usually just throw my orts away, but maybe at least one time I should try saving them. I think it would be some awesome prim colors, don't you think? Let me see what else is in here. Thank you card. The ladies that gave me the fabric, I got some Bath and Body Works soaps. There's 3 soaps. I'm running out of room here. And 2 little sanitizers. And then someone else bought this fabric for me. Put it right side up. Camper fabric. She didn't know that I had just bought 2 yards of it and picked it up on the way to the retreat. But that's okay. That'll make another project bag. So it's adorable. And then someone gave me this cute little frog needle minder. And that was to keep the frog away, she said. So we didn't have to frog anything. Well, I didn't stitch enough to have to frog anything. And then for the smalls exchange, you see, this ribbon, I need to tie a knot in this ribbon because it's like fraying. This is what I got, the smalls exchange. Again, the theme was flowers. And this one has a little scissor charm on there, but that is what I got. Look at those gorgeous scissors. There. I don't even want to use them. They're so pretty. Like, I just want to hang them up and look at them. And so this is really tiny. Oh, and it's upside down. Okay. Did it right. There's the flower. And then on the back, it says 2025. And last year at the September retreat, I got a scissor fob that had a leaf on it. It was a fall one. But this is a beautiful, like, it's like tea-stained ribbon. And I love it. And I'm going to have to find out where she got it. So I think that's it, unless I missed something. And again, I don't know in what order I decided to put the videos in here and intermix them. But here at the end, I'm going to put a slideshow of what everybody was stitching on and any pictures I have that were taken by other people. There is one I'm going to include. I wasn't going to include it, but I'm going to include it. Like, I had my phone, because I film everything with my phone. And I had my phone on my tall tripod because it was for the group picture. And I'll insert the group picture here. So I had, just as we were setting up to get the group picture done, my mom's doctor called. And I had to take it because, you know, my mom's 90. She was home by herself. And so I had to make sure it wasn't an emergency. But they just called to tell me about, like, her blood work and everything and how they were going to change one of her medicines. And so instead of taking the phone off the tripod, I just held it out like this. And here's the tripod, like, all extended. And somebody took my picture. And because I went, like, into the entryway to talk on the phone because we had like 40 some people standing there and getting ready for the picture, and it was really loud. but that's what this picture is. So that would explain that. So I think that is it. I'm going to get busy this week making project bags. It's already Wednesday, so I don't know how many I'm going to get. I have 6 ordered, and those will get made first. And then if I have any, I don't know that they'll even get done by the end of this week, because tomorrow we have to go to Asheville, and my mom has a doctor appointment this afternoon, and then tomorrow in Asheville, and then Friday I'm going to local quilt store's grand opening. Like, I don't need another inch of fabric, but I want to support her because she had to move because of the hurricane. She had to move her store, so I want to support her grand opening. And look at that sun coming down. That's the stained glass window, which I have a picture, and I'm going to insert it here, of the stained glass window so you can see what it looks like. It puts a lot of light in here. So I think that's it, everybody. I will see you next time. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I'm going to try to get some stitching done and not just project bags, because I haven't done a lot of stitching lately, and I need to get some done. I've got these great spring patterns, and I need to work on them. Oh, I forgot to show you my haul. Okay, speaking of patterns, this was the haul that I purchased. So where are... Okay. Bestie Barnes Creations, Lillian was selling. She had a booth, but she went to market, to needlework market. So I gave her my order before she went, so she could pick up a couple things for me. And this she got for me, Picture This Plus. And I got 36 count fat quarter of sand and wren. And now that the light's changing, not sure how well you can, there, I think this one's a lot lighter. I wanted neutrals that were light, that weren't like with a yellowish color. So I got sand and wren. And I got these patterns from her. Brenda Gervais Daily Reminder. It says, be good and do good. Now, I'm not going to do it, even though I love that green fabric. I have some dark fabrics that were given to me that I need to use that are browns. And so I'm hoping that the thread colors chosen for this will work on those also. And if not, I'll just change them. This is in her Etsy shop. And it is called Oh Faithful Flags. And it is running with needles and scissors. Got that one. And that one I just chose from her Etsy shop and asked her to bring it. Spring Trio by Brenda Gervais. I know a lot of people are going to be stitching this. And Teresa Kogut, I did not get the cross stitch one. I got the punch needle one, Maker of Pretty Things. I did not want to stitch that. Punch needle is so much faster. And I'm going to change the colors. Definitely going to change the colors. I may make it Americana, like the hand may actually be blue. So those are my purchased haul from the retreat. And so now I am going to say goodbye. Please leave a thumbs up. And if you were at the retreat, I just remembered something else I have to tell you about. Besides this, if you were at the retreat, let me know if you used, I handed out a pink plastic bag with handles with flowers on it. And that was for, everybody got one. And that was to put like all your goodies from the freebie table and the door prizes and the bingo and things people give you. It was just a carry bag to stuff all that in. Let me know if you used it, if you found it helpful, because if you did, I will get them again for future retreats. Not the pink ones. It'll go with the theme of whatever the retreat is. But let me know if those were helpful to you. So please leave a comment with that. And then I also need to tell you, big news. We decided, and I can't believe I almost forgot this because I'm so excited about it, but we decided to, last year I was supposed to have a Christmas retreat, and it was going to be here in my county at a Christian retreat center, and Hurricane Helene came and the water went under the roads at the retreat center and the roads were gone. So all of their retreats had to be canceled. So we got talking this past Saturday, and someone said, I wish we could still do that retreat, but I didn't want to do it there, because after we reserved everything, and we realized everybody had to pay me. We had to have a minimum of 12 people, and we were going to rent this lodge. Everyone had to pay me, and then if someone canceled, there were no refunds there. So we only had 12 people. and it was a minimum of 12 people. So if somebody got sick or something and had to cancel, I would have had to cover their portion of the money because we still had to pay for 12 people. So I would rather people make their own reservations and deal with that separately. I don't want to be involved in that. So we're not going there. But then she said, well, why can't we do it here at Pride RV Campground? And I said, well, we can. You know, they're open year round. So we got our heads together and we planned and we talked to the manager in the office at the campground. And there will be a Christmas retreat December 4th, 5th, and 6th. And yes, it's the same weekend as Jingle Ball. But that is the weekend that we thought would be the best to do it. So it is a Christmas retreat. It is going to be open to 100 people because I'm not really doing anything for it. There won't be any goodie bags. This is no frills, just come and stitch. $20 a person, which is non-refundable on all my retreats. And we are going to do an ugly Christmas sweater contest. We will have a potluck one night, but the rest of the meals are on your own. If you don't camp, there are lodging rentals. There's park models, there's apartments, there's a double wide, there's cabins. And then 5 miles away in Maggie Valley, there's lots of motels because it's a tourist town. Maggie Valley, North Carolina. So we're going to have a Christmas pajama party. We're going to have a Christmas pajama fashion show where everybody gets to walk the runway and strut their stuff. And yes, I'm going to film it. So that should be a lot of fun. What else? We are going to do a Christmas small swap. Everything Christmas. You have to be stitching on Christmas while you're there. Where the small swap will be Christmas. And then we'll do LCR, which it should be LRC because it's left, right, center. Or if you've never played that, look up LCR game. Most people play it with money, but someone suggested a couple retreats ago, and we've done it for 2 retreats now. We had a lot of fun. We played it with floss. So everybody, like this time, had to bring 3 things of embroidery floss in spring colors. And then in the fall, it was fall colors. So what we'll do for the Christmas one is 2 skeins of floss. It can be fancy floss, DMC, silks, whatever you want. 2 skeins of floss, and then 1 fat quarter fabric. Fat quarter of Christmas fabric. And whoever wins the game at that table gets all of that from us. So if there's 6 people, they're going to get 18 things. So they'll get 12 flosses and 6 fat quarters. So it's a lot of fun. It breaks up the day, and those are the activities. So there is an event page on my Facebook, Privies and Prims. You can mark yourself as interested on there so you don't miss anything. Make sure you go into the notification settings. Facebook sets notification settings, and this is also for the fall retreat and any group that you are on Facebook. Facebook, by default, will only send you highlight notifications. You have to go into each group individually, each event individually, change your notification settings to all so that you get all notifications. So you can mark yourself as interested, but I am not taking money. I do not want emails saying, hold me a spot, because we are not doing that until September. After the September retreat, which is, I think the 5th through the 7th of September. After that, I will take registrations for the Christmas one, because if I do it this far ahead, I know there's going to be a lot of cancellations, and I don't want to do all that bookkeeping. So there's no refunds, but then, I still have to call waiting list people and put them in and everything. So there's a better chance of everyone still being able to come if I don't do it until September. So again, please do not email me and say, save me a spot. You can just mark yourself as interested. If you were at the retreat this past weekend, we did send around a list for people to write that they were interested. All of those people, if you were there, if you're one of them, you will have a spot. So don't worry about that. But I just will not, and that was over 20 people already. So I just will not collect any money until September. But it will be at Pride RV Resort, and we'll get more into that later in the year. But I wanted everybody to save the date, look for your Christmas PJs, think about walking down the runway in them, and make sure you have a Christmas sweater and Christmas fat quarter and a Christmas small swap and all that stuff. So all the details are on the event page on Facebook. If you have any questions, leave me a comment here or send me an email at priviesandprims@yahoo.com, and I will see you on the next video. And this time I am really going to say goodbye. See ya. morning, sir. Are you cold?
Pretty cold this morning.
So here we are. Show us what's in here, because this is for the barbecue tonight. Look at that. This is all pork butts, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and we got a barbecue dinner tonight. All right.